For this recording, I'm going to do something I've never done before. It's kind of an experiment, doing a screen share using, I guess, tabs, one on the left, one on the right, on the same screen. Left is ChatGPT, and on the right is the custom GPT, Lucia, Italy Travel Concierge. The idea is really pretty simple. It's to put the same prompt that I've prepared here into both and see what happens, see, how they're different. And I'm going to start. I've got a prompt that I prepared. It's on another screen at the risk of overcomplicating this, which I tend to do. I'm going to copy and paste this prompt into both. And I'll go over the prompt here in just a minute once I've copied it. And here it is. It's pretty simple. It's just like 3 sentences. So put it in here and paste it in here. And I'll read it real quick. I want a relaxed pace, good food, scenic views, and easy logistics. I'm open to staying in one base or splitting stays if it makes sense. I'll likely be arriving by train and traveling with a carry-on suitcase. Help me think through where to stay and how to structure the trip. It's a pretty simple prompt. It's natural, simple, no prompt engineering. It includes real constraints, luggage, arrival mode. It forces trade-offs, meaning one base versus split, and it should trigger Lucia's strengths without gaming it. And one of the most common questions I get is why someone would use Lucia instead of just using a chat GPT. So again, in this video, I'm going to plan the exact same trip using both tools side by side with the same prompt. And this isn't about which one is better. It's about understanding how they behave differently and when each one is actually useful. So again, I'm not going to do any prompt engineering. This is a normal question, and it's intended to be the way a real traveler would ask the GPT. So let's go ahead and have each one of them do their thing. And there it goes. So they're both thinking. On the left, ChatGPT is saying you're describing the right priorities for the Cinque Terre, calm mornings, great meals, views that don't require suffering to reach the view, and logistics that don't turn into a daily workout, especially with a carry-on. Below is a clear, no fluff way to think about where to stay and how to structure the trip based on how Cinque Terre actually works on the ground. First, a reality check. And this saves stress. Cinque Terre is 5 separate villages at one destination. They're connected by train, but streets are steep and uneven. Luggage is the number one regret people have. Switching hotels too often kills the relaxed vibe. So the default move, unless there's a strong reason, is to have one base with optional day trips. Makes perfect sense. And it gives the best basis for your priorities and why it fits you perfectly. Flat areas, largest train station, beachfront walks instead of stairs. Best choice with a suitcase. I'm not going to read through all of this, and how to structure the trip. It's offering 2 options. Option 1 is one base. Option 2 is split stay. Is some arrival and logistics. Bottom line, no sugarcoating. If your goal is relaxed, scenic, great food, and zero hassle, don't over optimize. Best single answer, stay in Monte Rosso, visit the others lightly. All right, so let's jump over here and see what this one says. This is the custom GPT. You're describing exactly the kind of trip Agoria does best. Slow mornings, great food without over planning, scenery that comes to you, and logistics that don't fight back. I'll walk you through how to think about bases when not to split stays, and then give you 2 to 3 clean structures that work beautifully with trains and carry-ons. So far, it's pretty similar to this ChatGPT response, and this is the custom response again on the right. First, the guiding principles for your travel style. Based on what you said, we want to optimize for direct train access, no dragging luggage, flat or manageable towns, good food every night, scenic payoff without rushing, one unpack if possible. This immediately rules out some Instagram famous but logistics heavy bases, Portofino, Corniglia, and so forth. Smartest bases for a relaxed Riviera trip. Why this base works. Excellent mainline train stop, flat walkable, easy ferries, fantastic food density for evenings. And from here, days are easy. Verdict. If you want one base and maximum ease, this is my top recommendation. It's actually different. Why people fall in love with it. Direct train, authentic, romantic, less performative than Portofino. Magical evenings. Sunset is part of daily life here. Trade-offs, slightly fewer day trip options. Not ideal if you want to sample everything. Verdict, perfect if you want one beautiful place and fewer moves and you're happy slowing all the way down. I like all of that. Should you split stays when splitting makes sense? The trip is more than 7 days. You want two distinct moods. You don't mind an additional packing day. When it doesn't make sense to split is trips under 6 nights. If every move requires ferries and stairs, it relaxes your top priority. The best trip structures for you, option one, similar, it's giving me two options, one base, option two, two bases, option three, elegant coast and quieter beauty. What I'd avoid for this trip, staying inside Cinque Terre villages with luggage and basing yourself in Portofino village, moving every 1 to 2 nights, planning days around ferry timetables. These are all good suggestions. Next step, one question. How many nights total are you planning? And what month are you traveling? With that, I'll lock in the best bases, suggest a realistic day rhythm, and flag any seasonal. So that's good. It's prompting me back with asking for some additional information so it can fine tune. And that didn't happen over here. It just said if you want, next I can build a 4 to 5 day itinerary, recommend specific hotels, map food, first village days. So let me just go back over here to my cheat sheet, see what it says. So ChatGPT is very good at summarizing popular advice and giving broad, reasonable suggestions. But what I'm paying attention to here isn't whether the information is correct, it's how easy it is to actually make a decision from this. And then in terms of the custom GPT Lucia, you notice how this frames trade-offs, not just options. That's different. It's a difference between recommendations and decision support. This is recommendations. This is decision support. Left recommendations, right decision support. And that is key here. A side-by-side insight is that ChatGPT is general purpose intelligence. Lucia is designed to help with one specific type of decision. Neither is wrong. They're just solving different problems. If we were brainstorming early, this ChatGPT would be fine. If we are close to booking and wanted confidence around logistics and pacing, Lucia would be better. So let's go ahead and answer this question over here. This will be interesting. How many nights total and what month? You can do this any way you want, but I'd like to do it like this so I don't forget anything. How many nights total are you planning? I'm going to say 7. What month are you traveling? And I'm going to say July. I'll add 26 and submit. See what happens. Perfect. 7 nights is July is an excellent window for Liguria if you structure it calmly and don't fight the crowds. I'll give you a clear verdict first, then the best structure, and finally what to expect in July so nothing surprises you. Clear verdict for your priorities: 7 nights in July, arriving by train with a carry-on, best of balance of relaxed, excellent food, scenery without daily chaos, easy logistics. Split your stay 4 nights and 3 nights. This gives you two distinct atmospheres without adding stress and avoids the worst July pain points. Why this works so well in July. July realities is very important. The Cinque Terre villages are very crowded midday. Ferries are beautiful, but weather and crowd dependent. Heat and stairs plus luggage equals fast fatigue. And this plan keeps all hotel moves on direct trains. Lets you visit famous spots early or late, not at peak. Gives you evenings where the town itself is the reward. Base one, 4 nights. Why start here? It's a major train stop. It's flat, elegant, breathable, even in July. Outstanding food scene. Multiple easy day options without moving hotels. in how your days naturally fall here. Arrival, Portofino day, flexible day. Even in peak season, Santa Margarita stays civilized at night, which matters more than people expect. Base two, 3 nights. Why end here? Short, easy train hop. One of the best sunset towns in Liguria. Authentic, romantic, slower after day trippers leave. You stop touring and start being. And then how it shines mornings, swim, pastry stroll, midday, optional boat, evenings, long dinners. Why I'm not recommending Cinque Terre as a base this time. You can enjoy Cinque Terre, but not sleep inside it on this trip. In July, steep villages plus luggage equals unnecessary strain. Dinner reservations become stressful. Trains are packed at peak hours. If you want a taste of it, do one early morning visit and then return to Santa Margarita or Camagoli by late afternoon. Logistics check, carry on friendly. One final tuning question, another question, good. This keeps the conversation going and the evolution of the intelligence and decision support progressing. Do you prefer elegant and polished evenings or colorful and intimate harbor nights? Your answer helps me fine tune which town is to prioritize for longer, and I can then suggest specific neighborhoods to stay in. So I'm going to say I prefer colorful and intimate harbor nights. Perfect. That preference makes the decision very clear. We should tilt the trip towards Camogli, I guess that's how you say it, while still using Santa Margarita for a smooth arrival and flexibility. Excuse me. Final tune structure. Base one. That's great pictures. Think of Santa Margarita as your soft landing. Why shorten the stay? Evenings are pleasant and refined, but not deeply intimate. How these nights work. Arrival. This is great. Base two. Camogli is really helpful. Day trippers leave. Harbor fills with locals. Lights reflect off the water. Dinner stretches later, not louder. Why this matches your taste. The town is small enough that evenings feel personal. Restaurants spill gently toward the water. It's really good. What your evenings look like. July specific reassurance important. Stays human scaled even in peak summer. Train access keeps you independent of ferries. You skip the San Frutuoso if seas are rough, no loss. And this plan avoids every classic July mistake. This is fantastic. Optional, only if you feel like it. If one morning you want variety, take an early train to Montesoro al Mare, coffee, swim photos, get the postcard, not the headache. Next refinement, last one I need. Would you rather your hotel be right on or just above the harbor? I'm going to say slightly higher and quieter. Excellent choice. This narrows things beautifully. Like this, cooler air, better views, still walkable to the harbor. And then a clear, practical guide below on where to stay, what to look for, and what to avoid. This is the sweet spot, why it's ideal. Elevated enough for breeze and views. Quiet after dark, still an easy downhill walk to dinner. You get morning light. Super. Specific zones that work best, upper harbor streets. What to avoid. Being right on the harbor road, near the train tracks, too close to the station plateau. What to look for in a listing. I'm not sure. It must be a hotel listing. When you're browsing hotels or rooms, prioritize above the harbor, floor count, photos from balconies, language like quiet at night, daily life reality, why this works so well, mornings, midday, evenings, no pressure, no planning, no last train panic. Final check, just one. Would you prefer a small hotel, infield, or a more classic hotel? Let's say a more classic hotel. See what it comes back with. Perfect. Classic hotel, slightly elevated, quiet, short walks. There's a clear winner, plus a secondary option. There's all the reasons why it's ideal. An important tip, prioritize sea view rooms or terraces. They're worth it. Worth it here in a way that they aren't everywhere. And here's a good alternative to that hotel, why I'm not steering you elsewhere, because the boutiques are charming, but less classic hotel comfort. This locks in to the 7 day or 7 night plan. Final calibration. Do you care about private outdoor space, larger rooms? That helps decide which room category. I don't think I care about either of those. I'm not going to spend that much time in the hotel. And then historical or layouts vary a lot. Do you care about balconies and interior space? Don't matter. That actually simplifies things. And there's the final hotel strategy. So this does definitely peel back the layers and get more iterative and interactive and I don't know, analytical decision support versus over here, which is good, but high level general information. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and let's see. So if you're planning this type of a trip to Italy and feeling overwhelmed, you can try Lucia for free. There's no login required or you don't have to set up an account. It's pretty simple. And if you're not sure where to start, I put together a simple Italy trip planning guide that walks you through the decisions in order. Links will be in the notes for the YouTube video. Hope you got something out of that. I thought that was really very informative and helpful. We'll do more of these and you'll get to see more of the comparison. And again, it's not that one's better than the other. They just serve different purposes. Neither is wrong. They're just solving different problems and think of it as different stage of the planning. GPT being general purpose intelligence, Lucia is designed to help with specific types of decisions. And that is it. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.